Hey there, Ponglitation. It's Leo, your business owner, and today, for today's Power 5, I want to talk about the leader's mentality is greater than the salary. So I believe this is episode 4 now, or yeah, 4. And so let's get started. So today's message is going to be real simple, but it may change the way you would think about success. All right, so one of the things you will want to write down here is that the leader's mentality is greater than the salary. In today's world, many people are focused on how much money they can make. All right, they ask how much does that pay, or what's the highest paying career. While there's nothing wrong with wanting financial stability, money should never become your primary focus. All right. The truth is that your mindset determines your future far more ever than your paycheck will. All right? So, something to write down here. A salary can change overnight, but the mentality you build stays with you wherever you go. So, let's think abroad. Let's think about the greatest leaders ever in history. Before they become successful, before they were recognized, and before they earned money or respect, they had something much more valuable: a leader's mindset. They learned to take responsibility when things went wrong, and they stayed disciplined and showing integrity. They chose, and they choose still, to solve problems instead of complaints and regrets. They invested in becoming the kind of person others could trust. Their success was built on who they became, not what they were paid. So, one of the biggest mistakes people make is believing that leadership begins when they receive a title. They think they'll become a leader when they're promoted, elected, or put in charge. But real leadership doesn't begin with a title. It begins with a decision. And you choose to lead by setting the example. You choose to lead by keeping your word. And you choose to lead by treating people with respect and respecting their dignity and keeping yours as well. A title may give you authority, and this is something to write down. A title may give you authority, but your character earns you influence. One person only works hard enough to earn a paycheck. They count on the minutes until they can leave. They avoid extra responsibility because they don't think they're being paid enough. The other person, and these are two people, that was the first person, the other person approaches every task with excellence. Months or years later, who do you think will have more opportunities? The person with the stronger mindset, or the person with less pay? I'll tell you, it's the person with the stronger mindset. Not because success is guaranteed, but because people notice reliability, initiative, and growth over time. And so the last bullet point is leadership also means accepting responsibility instead of making excuses. So ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I improve? What's my next step? That mindset transforms obstacles into opportunities for growth. So, as you leave today, don't ask yourself how much money you can make or how much money can I make. Instead, ask yourself, what kind of person am I becoming? Because when you become more disciplined, more responsible, more trustworthy, and more committed to serving others, opportunities naturally begin to open. Remember, the leader's mentality is always greater than the salary. Keep growing, keep learning, and keep getting the ball back. Pawn now, succeed tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's Power 5. I will be posting Tuesdays, Thursdays, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday of every week for Power 5. So stay in touch. See you later.